Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Scott Stuff, and we're going to be taking a look at two Marvel Legend figures today. In my previous video, we were looking at some wrestling figures, and actually some Mattel WWE Elites will come into play with today's video, but I got Kingpin here, and we got Nick Fury right there, and two figures I was looking forward to when they were first announced because most of my collection is actually MCU Marvel Legends. That's what really kicked off my action figure collection. And so been wanting a new Nick Fury, been wanting a Kingpin to go up against Daredevil for a long time. But once the images were revealed and these were out in people's hands, there was a few little shortcomings. And also I knew, hey, these are gonna hit clearance at some point, so I'll be able to pick these up and experiment with them. And basically with Kingpin here, really great Vincent D'Onofrio likeness there. And just in a vacuum on its own, it looks great. But as you can see, standing here next to Nick Fury, he's like the same size. And that really wasn't gonna cut it. I got a Daredevil right here. Let me bring Daredevil in. And, Kingpin's got him by a little bit height-wise, but just look at Daredevil's the same width. And we know Kingpin is a lot wider than Daredevil. So what I want to do today is I want to try to plus them up, and I've seen some people do some different customs where they took the McFarlane DC Multiverse movie Penguin, and that was a good look. I like the width and the size of that one. And then I've seen some people take the Mattel WWE Elite Brother Love from the Legends line, and I like that look too. He's got a little bit more width to him. As we can see, the Marvel Legends is more of a off-white, and this is a bright white. But I think this is going to work pretty well because he's just got a little bit more width to him. Plus, once we pop the head on, we might do some modifications to get the fit right. He's going to have a little bit more height, but obviously, bump my camera. Obviously, I don't want Kingpin to be wearing all white. So what I'm gonna do is I got a few more, and Nick Fury's gonna step out of the way real quick. I got a few more WWE figures we're gonna be using pieces to. Let me pull those guys in the frame. And as we see here, we have pretty much a standard basic suited body. This is the Happy Corbin one. What I like about this one is the fact that he's wearing the black with the unbuttoned shirt, just like Kingpin's wearing here. So we're gonna have to crack the torso to get the arms off, get it off those legs, and then we're gonna transpose that to there. Basically, we just need the arms and that overlay. But instead of these white pants, we're actually gonna be using, and I have them as a donor already onto, I was just playing around with the Commissioner Foley body, but these are the Mr. Perfect Build-A-Figure legs, and as you can see, sculpt wise, they look a lot like the Marvel Legends baggier suited pants like that we see on like Happy Hogan, and I think that's what we're gonna use on Kingpin here to plus up the hype. So we're gonna crack this torso. Look at these legs there. I think that'll be a nice match, plus we'll get the right kind of button down shirt underneath. Our only thing is this Kingpin is very pale, and skin tone is going to be a little tanner, a little warmer here, but I think we can make it work. But that's going to take some heat, a lot of heat. That's going to take some boiling water, so that might get a little messy. So we'll jump back to that at the end when we see our after pictures. But let's take Kingpin out, and let's bring Nick Fury back in. And obviously, besides the fact he doesn't want to stand up, the big thing about this Nick Fury was, even though it's accurate to Secret Invasion, I really need more of a standard Nick Fury Samuel L. Jackson for my Avengers display, whether that's, maybe like for the first Avengers movie, or maybe his appearance in maybe like Spider-Man Far From Home. But obviously this big trench coat wasn't getting the job done. Already went ahead and cut that open, and he's just got a plain shirt. Lacks a lot of sculpting there at the bottom, but he does have the turtleneck, and obviously he's got the thicker beard. I may shave that down, try to Dremel that down maybe. We'll see. But the big thing is I don't like this jacket piece. And I've been trying to put together a Nick Fury for a long time. I'll show you some other works in progress that never quite made the cut. So I had a bootlegged version of the that original like Shield 3-pack Nick Fury, and I, as we'll see in this video, I've donated a lot of parts to it. Here's a Power Rangers Lightning Collection Beast Morphers Blue Ranger that I ended up, I thought like with the zipper down on that front part of that jacket, it looks pretty much like the Avengers 1 kind of look for Nick Fury underneath his overcoat. And then I took and I saw someone a long time ago do this. They took the jacket piece to a Star Wars Black Series General Hux, First Order General Hux, and it's boom, silhouettes perfectly for a Nick Fury figure. And then I had that original, Nick Fury from 2013 or however long. I took his arms, just kind of heated and popped them on there. Obviously, I never got around to painting or dyeing, and I felt like this was a pretty good look. Oh, by the way, and it's a Black Series Mace Windu head for Samuel L. Jackson. I thought like this was a good look. I had a good idea here, but he's still too small. He would fit in more with the SH Figure Arts import figures, but he was just a little too small for my liking. So then I started messing around with a Punisher figure. Now, there's this base body essentially came on two different Punishers. We had the Netflix MCU John Bernthal Punisher. Then we had the 80th anniversary comic Punisher, which this is one is where I acetoned off the camo design where he just got gray pants. And then this is the first time using this particular epoxy to kind of mold and stuff. Didn't quite get it smooth the way I wanted to over that Punisher armor, try to make it look like a shirt. But then, speaking of those Punishers, I was talking about the MCU Netflix one. I bought like a figure lot, fodder lot, and the arms for that one was there, good to go. So actually, you know what, let me pop this on. Let me use those, and I have this trench coat piece. It's a little big. I think it's from an Undertaker figure. I have no idea what Undertaker is from, but it's a little bulky, but like the baggier sleeves, the bigger piece, it works. And then I just got that original head from, from that original, let's get it in focus here. That original 3-pack. Got it right there, and it's just sitting on top. I very poorly painted the deck. Need to give that another pass. But that's, one version of a Nick Fury I was going for. And then speaking of WWE figures, here's another a formula I thought could work where I was combining WWE figures and Marvel Legends. This right here is the legs from the Moreland comic figure. He's got like that fancy bluish with the longer tails jacket coat. But then I was able to heat up and force on a Build-A-Figure Paul Ellerling torso from Mattel onto a body. And it's actually got a little bit longer of a jacket piece, which I feel like this look right here, besides the fact he's way too barrel-chested, kind of looks more like the Far From Home Nick Fury. And then the arms were from that same Moreland figure, but I took the little cuff pieces off. So this was an option I had for maybe Nick Fury. And then I got the little neck piece that was on that original 3-pack, the little scarf piece, turtleneck piece on there. So I've gone through a bunch of different iterations of how I wanted Nick Fury to look like. And so now, basically, what I think I'm leaning towards for this one is we're just gonna sacrifice this guy, this unfinished work in progress. We're gonna take the arms off, take the jacket piece overlay, and that should be a pretty simple swap, much simpler than the boiling and popping and torso cracking I'm gonna do with Kingpin. But we're just gonna take a look at that at the end of the video, and if I like it, it'll stay like that. If not, we'll go back to brainstorming with these different formulas like this one or this one. So I know that was a lot of me talking for not a lot of action, but we're gonna go ahead and, off screen, I'm gonna heat things up, pop them on, and we'll see how all this turns out. So stay tuned. All right, so after the quick round one of some heating and popping off some parts, I ended up with a very simple solution that I like for Nick Fury. Just that simple jacket piece, that General Hux jacket piece, left on the arms that came on the body. Maybe slightly different sheen to the color black there, but I think that looks great with Fury. I realized that I actually nicked up his chest pretty bad cutting off that other overlay. But if I ever see this guy for $9 again, or even cheaper, I'll pick him up and kind of perfect this, maybe with that extra head sculpt trim down the beard to have a, Avengers Nick Fury. But I think that looks great. I think I'm going to keep him like that. Now, here's round one with Kingpin. I'm actually going to keep going and try the more difficult approach. But I was like, you know what? Maybe I don't have to remove a whole another torso from a different figure. So what I did was we got the overlay from the Brother Love figure, and the finished product that'll be glued together. Then I just took the arms and just popped them off there at the shoulder, and they actually fit with heat on the Marvel Legends arms. Now there's a slight different shade there in white, and I had to fix that up with some paint if I decided to stay with this. And as you can see, he's a little taller now because I took those legs and we see in there, still got the purple waistband there because I just popped off those legs. They're on ball joints, popped them off there, put on these the WWE legs, and it works. He's a little wobbly, but it works. And as you can see, it added some height. But he looks, I'm not 100% happy with this. I'm gonna do the other method in round two here with the full torso swapping, but I think this could work pretty well. It gave him his legs look a little long now, but actually have a extra Kingpin. So as you can see, we got a good bit of height there. We added some height there. So this is an option, but I'm gonna, get back in the boiling water one more time and we'll see if we can fix up Kingpin even more. All right, we are back after the final round of tweaks. Didn't do anything to Nick Fury, but finished off Kingpin by swapping on that torso with the legs, with the overlay, with the arms, all WWE figures, and it gives Kingpin, as you can see here, a little bit more height, a little bit more width, a little bit more menacing. Let me pull in a stock version of him, and you can see just like how much smaller this one looks. At this angle, you can't even really, in real life, it looks way much more intimidating. But as you can see here, he can look down onto this other Kingpin, and I think that's kind of what I needed. Let me go ahead, bring in Daredevil. We'll take Nick Fury all the way out. Bring in Daredevil, and I think that's a much better size difference. Much better than Kingpin being the same height as Daredevil. Not much of a difference, but legs much bigger, arms bigger, chest, everything bigger. I think that works pretty well. Now, only thing is, head is just kind of sitting on there. Put some sticky tack to stick that down. Waist is really, really loose. I'm going to have to, go back and maybe add some sticky tack in there because the basic WWE figures, this part right there is actually a lot wider. So the hole right there is a lot wider than for the waist of those legs. So he's a little loose, but I think it looks great. Even with that darker skin tone, just, most of the time the light's going to be hitting it where it's shadowy anyway. Able to pop on his original fist, be able to pop on his cane holding hands too. And I think I'm pretty happy with this. Now there's a little bit of a gap here, but some white paint would fix that. And I'm pretty happy with this. I think this makes Kingpin a little more imposing on the shelf, and I'm happy with it. I already have ideas now for this body, what to do with this leftover piece. I think if one of the things I could do is if I do get another Nick Fury, I think I might put these because these arms are fairly skinny. I feel like I could put them on this old Kingpin body and not put a jacket overlay and just look like a guy with a regular button up with, you know, with his regular sleeves. I think that's a potential reuse there with these leftover parts. Also, I've seen people put like the lab coat jacket over this, and I think they used the original Kingpin arms, but I'm thinking the lab coat with the Mr. Fantastic skinnier arms, and you got yourself Bruce Banner because you got the purple pants and the lab coat. But anyway, I want to thank y'all for watching all the way. There goes Matt Murdock. Thank you for watching all the way through this video. I know I was kind of rambled for a lot of it there, but just playing around and figuring out some ways to kind of make my display a little bit more unique, add a little more personalization to my figures, and I'm very happy with how Kingpin looks and how Nick Fury looks. I think he'll fit perfectly in with my Avengers 1 figures, and I feel like I'm gonna get more use out of the way these guys are now than how they were stock straight out of the box. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you for the new subscribers I've had and the new people tuning in, watching. Just I'm really grateful, even though it's just a slow start. I do plan on doing more stuff in the new year. So thank y'all for continuing to follow and like and subscribe and commenting. Thank y'all for, getting inspired in any way you can from these videos to do your own thing with your own collection, because that's what it's all about. That's what this community, this hobby's about. It's kind of being creative and making it your own. So thanks guys, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.